Hey, I'm Pastor Levi at New Life, and as you know from the previous videos, we are doing a series about encountering Jesus on your own. So let's get right into this one. Today, we're going to be talking about the spiritual discipline of surrender. Now, what does that mean? It just means that we trust our Lord Jesus Christ in all things. And I know that sounds simple, but believe me, complete surrender to Jesus is a lifelong pursuit. Now, complete surrender means accepting that our life is not ours to live in the way that we choose to anymore. It's no longer up to us how we live our life. It means that as an act of worship, like we talked about in the last video, we have given our life completely to Christ and to his work. Matthew chapter 4 tells us the story of Jesus being tempted in the desert, and Satan tells Jesus that all things that Jesus can see will be his if Jesus just bows down to Satan. And this is Jesus's response in Matthew chapter 4, verse 10. He says, "Go away, Satan, for it is written, worship the Lord your God only and serve only him." Serve only Jesus Christ. It's so easy in our life to serve things that aren't Jesus. Our culture mainly wants us to serve ourselves. The idea of, if it makes you happy, just do it. It's a completely self-serving culture. We want to do whatever we want to do. And if it makes us feel good and happy, we think that's permission to live our life the way that we see fit. But in order to experience God and the fullness that he has for us, we must surrender completely our wants and exchange them for the heart of Christ. Look at Luke chapter 9, verses 23 to 25. Then Jesus said to all of them, being the disciples, "If anyone wants to follow after me, let him deny himself, take up his cross daily and follow me. For whoever wants to save his life will lose it, but whoever loses his life because of me will save it. For what does it benefit someone if he gains the entire world and yet he loses or forfeits himself?" So let's break down what Jesus is saying. He's saying that if you lay down yourself, that if you deny yourself, many of the desires that we have are shaped by our flesh and by our culture, and we want to swap out those desires for what Christ wants for us, because a fleshly and a worldly desire will get in the way of experiencing God. This is completely contradictory to anything that we would think or make up on our own. But here's the reality. If we want to save our life, we have to lay it down at Jesus' feet, and he will transform us. We will experience Jesus. But here's the flip side of that. If you don't lay yourself down and you just pursue these worldly wants in flesh, I guarantee you, you're going to find everything that you want and that you search for. If you worship money and you seek after it, you might get money. If you want recognition in the workplace and you work extra hard to climb that corporate ladder, you might get that reward. But it's what's in your heart. And if you don't just surrender it to God, you can gain all these earthly things, but yet totally miss Jesus himself. So basically, whatever you are truly looking for is what you will find. If you're looking for Jesus, he promises in Matthew chapter 7 that you will find him. But if what you're looking for isn't Jesus, guess what? You're going to find that too. So Paul says this in Galatians chapter 2, verse 20. He says, "My old self has been crucified with Christ. It is no longer I who live, but Christ who lives in me. So I live in this earthly body by trusting the Son of God who loved me and gave himself for me." What that means is when you accept Jesus in your life, you become a totally new person. Your old self has passed away. Your old self will try to come back out, but we must daily lay that old self down and surrender our life to Jesus so that we can experience him. Romans chapter 12, verses 1 to 2 says, "Therefore, brothers and sisters, in view of the mercies of God, I urge you to present your bodies as a living sacrifice, holy and pleasing to God. This is your true worship. Do not be conformed to this age, to this time, to this culture, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind so that you may discern what is the good, pleasing, and perfect will of God." So sacrifice yourself. Lay down your fleshly wants, the cultural desires we have. In this surrendering of the control we have over our lives and surrendering to the work of Christ and to expanding the kingdom, we will experience God.